Hey guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, FredMcCoy.com. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
Guys, this story is going to be real short, and all we're asking for is confirmation.
Okay.
This story was in on a Facebook page concerning Willis Hatfield, and the title of it is Dr. Thornhill Shot to Pieces by F. Keith Davis. And it says Emmanuel Willis Hatfield, son of the noted feudist William Anderson Hatfield, was once a deputy sheriff and jailer in Logan County. He also worked alongside his brothers Troy and Elias for a period as a saloon keeper in Boomer, West Virginia. On New Year's Eve, December 31st, 1911, Willis already intoxicated. And it talks about Willis shooting and killing Dr. Thornhill.
Okay.
Now that's we're familiar with that story, and he was wanting to give him a prescription for some liquor. You couldn't just buy it then at bootlegging. You had to have a prescription, and the doctor wouldn't do it, and they had a falling out, and Willis shot him, killed him. This is the case where they held a trial in 1912. Our question is here, this is just a question, and this is what, and we very well could be wrong. Sheila and I, again, if you ever see something we say or print or show anything that's not correct, please correct us. We welcome it. We want to be correct.
That's right.
This gentleman says on August the 4th, 1912, the Fayette Tribune newspaper described the same gruesome incident this way. And it goes on, tells a story, and it gets down a paragraph, and it says, when the murder case went to trial at the Pineville courthouse, Willis's brother, Cap Hatfield, now a practicing attorney, assisted in his legal defense. And it goes on to talk about guns being cocked and hammers going home and trying to intimidate. I don't know anything about all that. I think that was just wrote into history too. But our question is, it says on January the 4th, 1912, the Fayette Tribune newspaper described the same gruesome incident this way. And somebody writes down a story. Now, second paragraph down, it says, when the murder case went to trial, Pineville courthouse, Willis's brother, Cap Hatfield, now a practicing attorney, assisted in legal defense. Now, we know that Cap Hatfield was there with Joe Glenn, sitting at the table with his stepson. Doesn't prove that he was an attorney. He was merely sitting at the table like any witness or a police officer, anybody would do if you're on a case. Our question is, we tried to find, Sheila and I, we may not be the best researchers in the land, but we know how to find newspapers. Now, I don't mean we didn't overlook it. Always leave us a way out because we're human. We can make mistakes. On January the 4th, 1912, the Fayette Tribune. You know what we found out about the Fayette Tribune is that it was sold and became known as the Fayette Tribune in 1915 or 1924.
1924.
So our question is, if it was important enough for this person to retype this story, why wasn't it important enough just to snap a picture of what he's getting his story from? If he's actually reading this story right here, why not just snap a picture like Sheila does and show the story where we can read it for ourselves to make sure it's verbatim, to make sure nothing's been added and nothing's been taken away. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that we could not find a January 4th, 1912 Fayette Tribune newspaper. And we definitely couldn't find one that had anything about Willis Hatfield in it. And we definitely didn't find one that said that Cap Hatfield, now a practicing attorney. Don't mean it don't exist.
Right.
We couldn't find it.
No, we tried.
We couldn't find it. So you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm pretty blunt.
Yep.
Usually when we can't find something, it may not exist. Very well could. All we're asking is if it does, please post it. Please show it to us so we'll know that we overlooked it. And we'll have to get better at our researching skills because we have missed it. Because the only thing we found was that the Tribune, it changed hands 2 or 3 times.
Right.
1915, 1924. There's a lot to it before it was called Tribune. Before it was called the whatever it was there, the Tribune.
Yeah.
Fayette.
Fayette
The
Tribune.
Fayette Tribune.
Well, the gentleman that got it, he shortened the name.
Fayette
To
Tribune
Fayette
newspaper
Tribune. instead of
described the same gruesome incident this way. January 4th, 1912. So all you people out there, all you researchers, in case Sheila and I have missed something, if you all should find this, or, you know what would be nice is if the author of this story, ever who put this story in, the F. Keith Davis. If Mr. Davis, and again, if he's sitting here typing it out, it looks to me like he's had to be looking at the story to type it out. It's way before there's any copyright or anything that he's going to infringe upon, that he couldn't just take a picture of it and post a picture, or at least post a picture of the headline, the date, and then post a picture of Cap Hatfield was a practicing attorney. That'd be nice. That would settle it. We'd like to see that. And again, guys, until we start asking questions or researching or following up with these people that post stuff like this could very well be factual.
Right.
Could very well be factual. We can't find it. And that just drives me and Sheila crazy. Sheila and I. It drives us crazy.
Yeah.
Are we that? Did we overlook it that easy? Or does it not exist and somebody wrote it into history? See, that's the only 2 things that can happen. Either we've overlooked it, we didn't do our research good enough, or somebody has typed it into history thinking nobody would ever go look for the newspaper.
Yeah.
And if the story is there, all we're worried about is wanting to see that Cap Hatfield was a practicing attorney. Because, see, there are at least one newspaper out there that says that Cap was there with Joe Glenn, but it doesn't say that he's an attorney. It just says that he's from wherever the home place was that he was from at the time. But all these other people, 3 other attorneys, including Joe Glenn, it told what bar they belonged to, Wyoming County Bar,
Exactly, yeah.
something bar, wherever it was at. Didn't do it on this one.
You're right.
I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm just asking that when we see stories like this that's being retyped, is there a reason for that? Does the person retype it and then get so far down and then insert whatever they want, and then we don't realize it, but some of it's the real story and then some of it's just an add-on? I don't know. It's very confusing to me. Yeah, and then it changed names.
The Fayette Tribune was acquired by Charles Goddard, if I said that right, in 1915.
Sure.
And it was called the Fayette Tribune Free Press.
Okay.
But Charles changed it in 1924 to Fayette Tribune.
Okay. So it wasn't even called the Fayette Tribune until 1924.
Right.
But see, this article here says that in 1912, whatever that date was I gave earlier. So that's what's confusing to us, because he's saying...
Yeah, I've got stuff
Well,
here,
I remember
so.
seeing something about 1915. What is that about?
1915, that's when he acquired it.
Oh, okay.
He acquired it in 1915 and then
Okay.
changed the name, shortened it
Okay.
to the Fayette Tribune
Okay.
in 1924.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting story. and maybe somebody can help us, or maybe the author can clear that up for us. All right. I'll get Sheila there.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you all.